Hey, if you are watching this and it is not Monday, July 29th, between 3 and maybe 6 p.m., it's not live. Don't leave comments. I won't see them. But if it is, then definitely leave a comment, because otherwise I have no idea who's here. It doesn't tell me. Oh, shit. I keep doing that, don't I? Where I accidentally leave the station up on the Q speakers. Hey, Vernon. I accidentally leave the Q speakers up, and then the song bleeds into the stream, and then I get slapped with copyright violations from everybody just because I'm not paying attention. Hey, Philip. What's happening? How are you guys doing? I am sleepy still and achy. Oh my God. My knee hurts a little bit. Like, I think I tweaked it just a bit. But it's so much walking. I don't know how many steps I did a day because I don't believe my phone. There's no way I'm only walking as much as my phone says I am. Let me see what it said anyway, just in case it's telling the truth. Because I mean, I walked like a half-mile minimum just to get to the convention center every day, you know? Let's see. What does it say? It says I slept like shit. There's steps. Let's see. It says I only did 5,000 today. I don't know. I felt like I did more. Hey, PJ. Hey, Dan. Was there a fire near Comic-Con? Oh, are you talking about that? There was a news story about how like fire alarm went off and they had to do like a partial evacuation at the Comic-Con hall. You know, that's so funny because we saw the alert. My friends that I stay with down there, he gets alerts on his phone for like local stuff, I guess. And he was like, I just got an alert that there was a fire at Comic-Con. And I'm like, what? We're here. We were like inside the main hall. And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, it says here that it turned out to be somebody burnt something in one of the kitchens, you know, because they sell concessions, food concessions there. And somebody like burned something, and the burning set off the fire alarm. And then the burning smell made people think the fire alarm was real. So they started to organize an evacuation, only to find out that it was just like somebody burning some popcorn. It was literally burnt popcorn. Yeah. And it's funny because when he said that, I was like, oh, I remember smelling the burnt popcorn and laughing, you know, like an hour ago, but that was it. Yeah. See, my phone says I only did like 12,000 steps, but I just don't buy it. Like, really, the most I walked was 12,000 steps when it was like a minimum of 10 blocks down and 4 blocks over just to get to the convention every day. And then we walked around the convention every day. Plus, we walked up and down Main Street and stuff. I don't want to say my Apple Watch is garbage, but I'm just going to say I might be looking into a Fitbit, to figure out what I'm really doing. You know? Hey, Jacob. Comic-Con was awesome. Yeah, PJ, that must be it. I have I was walking backwards. Yeah, just like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they prop the car up on blocks and run it backwards to get the odometer to go down. Yeah, that's exactly what I must have done. Gibbo taco. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but what's up? Did you see the tacos I got at Comic-Con? Sorry. Yeah. I went off the diet clearly at Comic-Con, although I wasn't so far off of it actually. But I'll be honest, as good as their barbecue was and as good as their tacos were in San Diego, ours are better. Like way better. But Comic-Con was super fun. I think they're almost totally recovered this year than where they were last year, because last year was supposed to be the first like real year post pandemic, and then the strike happened and everything went to shit. So this year was the first like non-strike, non-pandemic year, and they still were like kind of working out some kinks. Lassen Steakhouse. I've been to the Lassen area, like Mount Lassen, but I do not think I've eaten there. I might have gone to a bowling alley there. Nope, the bowling alley was in Weed. PJ, you lost 2 more pounds so I could cheat on the diet? Okay. I don't know how that works. I don't know. Dan, can you show me a picture? Will it let you comment a picture here? Is that a thing? I don't know. You know what I could show you? I brought him in because holy shit. So I heard there were problems with a lot of the Hall H. They weren't ready. Shapa? How do you say that? Hey, Patrick, how are you? No, maybe email me. Yeah, drop it in an email. I'll get that. NikkiBlakk@gmail.com. What is it I need to see in the photo? Is it just a steak? Or is there something particular about this steak that makes it steakalicious? So yeah, I guess there were real problems with Hall H, which is the big one where they had the big Marvel ones. And of course there were big Marvel problems. But y'all, this thing is legit so much a fleshlight. It's hilarious. I talked to the AMC people on site that designed it. That designed it, with Deadpool. And I truly believe that Ryan Reynolds probably did help them design this, because it was going to take somebody with that level of juice to get them to go to Disney and be like, so can we get approvals on this? I mean, dude, look at this thing. It's so dirty. It's so dirty. And then even the small print says, and also to be used for popcorn. You guys, this thing is hilarious. I am dead. I am Deadpooled. It's got the if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to give you the line for this, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Deadpool, go see it like ASAP, like now, like log off and go get a ticket, because it's so goddamn funny. I laughed my ass off the whole time. Particular. Wait, what? Particular? You're confusing me with how to pronounce your name, dude. Oh, you're literally just going to send me a picture of a ribeye? No, that's cool. I'm good. I mean, nothing against your ribeye, bro, but I don't want to look at other people's ribeyes right now. So that thing was nuts. What is my favorite cosplay? I don't cosplay. But I do see a lot of other people do really amazing things with it. And honestly, the cosplays that I think are the coolest, I'm 90% not recognizing them. You just tried emailing me? Okay. Cool. I should get it. I got the Abundant Life Wellness email reminding me that I have tasks to complete for the diet. Whoops. What upcoming show am I most excited for? Well, I am flying to Seattle to see Metallica. I'm pretty excited for that. Wait, Dan, is this also you on YouTube? And why do I want to see pictures of you getting a Reiki massage? I mean, good on you, but I'm cool. I'm cool. Hey, Dan, other Dan. Let's see. The guy who plays Terry Silver was working on Powell Street. He's not Steve Gorman's doppelganger. There's no way he looks like Steve Gorman. What is more important, Comic-Con or Metallica? I don't have to choose. I'm not gonna. I mean, it would suck if I did have to choose. But if I had to choose, it would be based on what was most non-refundable, and that's Comic-Con. So we did manage to get into Hall H for the Alien Romulus panel. Oh. Not only am I in love with the director now, his name is Fede. He did the Evil Dead reboot, the one that takes place in the apartment building, I guess. And then he also did Don't Breathe, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm now going to go see. And he is like our people, right? Because during the panel, and the panel was great, by the way. During the panel, they had other people do the questions, right? So they like filmed Ridley Scott and then piped it in. And he was like, and one of the questions was, who would win in a fight, Alien versus Predator? And the director's like, they literally made movies about this. And then they went down the line of the cast, but the cast are all like kids, right? They're all like Gen Z, not even millennial, they're all in their 20s. Most, I think all of them. And hi, Kelly. So, hey, Marty, you saw Tonelli and possibly Joe Fonzi having an outdoor afternoon get together in North Beach. That is entirely possible, because that's a very Paul Tonelli thing to do. So they go down the line of the panel and they ask all the kids who would win. Okay, you tell us who you think would win, Alien versus Predator. Now, all these kids are actors, right? They're not like huge fans. They're not fans, but they're actors. So they're not like deep into the franchise. They probably all had to watch the franchise, but just the Alien movies to do their parts. But they probably are just like, okay, and Predator, okay. So every single one of those kids is like, obviously Alien would win. Alien. And then they go back to the director, who's like our age. And the director's like, which Alien versus which Predator? You can't just ask that question. You have to get, and it was a very Kevin Smith answer. It was a very like Gen X answer. It was a very like sci-fi nerd answer. And I was like, I am now in love with that man. Yep. I will have his babies through a surrogate. But he was very cool. And then they did this whole something about the face huggers. And I think they were asking, they're like, but during filming, did any of you guys start having nightmares about the face huggers and the chest bursters? And then all of a sudden they did like a whole like boom. they had like remote control face huggers coming at everybody in the audience. And it was nuts. And then they gave these to everybody as we left. And I fucking lost my mind. I was like, what? It was very Oprah, right? It was like, if you stay in your seat, you're all getting face huggers. And I was like, we're getting face huggers? Are you fucking serious? Don't tease me with this. Do not tease me with face huggers and then not give me a face hugger, because I will lose my mind. But as it was, I lost my mind anyway, because look, I got a face hugger, you guys. It was so cool. And then walking out, I mean, Hall H holds like thousands of people, and they gave everybody one of these things, right? And thousands of people are walking out of Hall H wearing their face huggers, and it was just epic. So epic, right? Hold on, let me I filmed it. Let me see if I can find it. It was so great. Where is it? Ah, dude, look. It's like The Walking Dead, but with face huggers. Just everywhere you look is somebody wearing a face hugger. Oh, this was great. Yeah, so this is going to be my new favorite thing forever and ever. It's amazing. And look at this detail. Like, oh my God. This is the stuff of nightmares, you guys. It's nuts. So way cooler than the popcorn bucket is the face hugger. How did I miss my flights? It looks like a what? Danny, get your mind out of the gutter. It's an alien face hugger. It's not a vagina. It's doing the impregnating, not the other way around. This thing will impregnate you. You are the vagina in an alien movie, and this is the thing that impregnates you. Sorry, I'm a little punch drunk from lack of sleep and tons of walking. If you could get high from ibuprofen, I would be high, but no, because everything hurts. How did I miss my flights? That was funny. So here's what I try to do when I'm on top of things. Before I came back to the station, thank you, Russell. Thank you. I appreciate that one. I actually kind of want that t-shirt. You are the vagina, Nikki Blakk. Normally when I go to Comic-Con, my friend gets a professional badge and I'm professional guest, which means we get into the con on Wednesday night. So before I came back to the station, I would go on Wednesday. I would fly in Wednesday morning. Sometimes I'd fly in Tuesday night, and I'd be in San Diego all week for the whole thing. But I don't have that many vacation days, and Cumulus frowns on us being just gone all the time. So I had to make some adjustments. And one of the adjustments was flying out late, and it was flying out Thursday night. So I really wanted my show to be good on Friday. I didn't want you guys to be like, that bitch isn't here. She's at Comic-Con. I wanted you to be like, oh, she's kind of here. Hey. And so I spent a lot of time like trying to make sure the show was like perfect. And also I usually fly to Comic-Con with a spare suitcase because of the stuff. I usually also pick up some like Comic-Con exclusive toys for my nephews for like Christmas birthday presents and stuff. So I had to check a bag, but by the time I got out of here and got over to the airport, I missed the luggage cutoff by like moments, legit moments. So I rolled up and was like, hey, I missed the luggage cutoff on this thing. What can I do? If I'd been smart, I would have done what I did last year, right? Last year, I put all my shit in my carry-on, and then I just had one empty suitcase that I checked. But this year I just packed half the empty suitcase because my nephews are getting a little bit older, and I knew I was going to be buying less stuff. So I packed half of one suitcase, and then I was fucked, right? If I'd done what I did the year before with the full suitcase, empty suitcase strategy, I could have just been like, fuck it, and just not brought a suitcase, and then just done the carry-on, and then just been fine. I could have just walked in. I've got clear. I've got pre-check. I can walk into Oakland Airport, and I'm on the plane in like moments, But no, I did not. What I did was I had packed everything into one suitcase, and then I had to miss that flight because I couldn't check the bag, because you have to check a bag like an hour before your flight. Anywho, so at that point I was like, when is the next flight? And they were like, well, that's tomorrow morning, lady. So I was like, cool, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:05 a.m. for that flight. And at that point I was like, well, I know for sure that I am not going to get there at 5 a.m. to check a fucking bag. So I'm definitely going to carry on, and I'll get there just in time for the 6 a.m. What I didn't realize was there's traffic at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, really? Fuck. On a Friday even. What happened to Friday light, man? Anyhow, and it was funny because I was on the last flight out, right? So by the time I dragged my ass home, repacked, made dinner, whatever, went to bed, I still only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep before I had to get up at like 4 a.m., get my shit together, make the coffee, time to make the donuts and get the fuck out. I literally rolled up and watched the plane pull out. I was like, cool. All right. And everybody's laughing at me because they're like, all the flights are sold out. It's fucking Comic-Con. Like, everything is sold out. And I'm like, I have faith. I have missed a lot of flights in my lifetime. This is not new to me. So I know that if I go up to the gate agent, immediately readily admitting that I'm the asshole in this situation and asking them for help and being very appreciative for that help, gate agents will help. And so that's what they did. And they did it the night before, and they did it that night. And on the night before, I had to wait to miss the flight. They're like, well, listen, we're not going to tell you exactly what to do. We're just going to mention that if you rebook your flight for tomorrow morning right now, and your flight hasn't actually left yet, there's going to be an upcharge of $200 because you'll have to pay the fare difference. If you accidentally miss your flight entirely, then we can rebook you tomorrow and there is no fare difference. And I was like, I'm picking up what you're laying down. So I went and hung out for like 20 minutes until that flight took off, and then got rebooked on the morning flight, then missed the morning flight and was like, well, at least I don't have to wait to miss this one. And then, went to her with my, hey, I'm the asshole story. And so she was like, well, I'm pretty sure we can get you on this next one. And I was like, cool. When's that take off? And she's like, 7:25. It was like the 6:05. And I was like, and it's direct? And she goes, yeah. And I go in the load, because this is what they talk about, the load. And I'm like, how's the loads on that plane? She's like, 51 open seats. You're practically confirmed. You just have to go to that gate to do it. And I was like, oh, it's like I won the lottery. And then there's that flight was in Terminal 1. And then the next flight was going to be in Terminal 2. But Terminal 1 has like an Amex Centurion lounge. So I was able to go over. It's funny because I was like, awesome, thank you. And I started walking away towards where my gate was. And then I realized that the lounge was here. So I turned around and I started walking back. And as I'm walking back, she's like, girl, where are you going? Wrong direction. And I was like, there's a lounge over here, right? And I go, and I got 90 minutes. And she's like, just don't miss it. I was like, I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to set an alarm on my phone right now. So I went back over and I got into the Amex lounge where they have, free cappuccino and stuff. And then I had a little breakfast, and then I got a little cappuccino to go. And then I walked back over to the other gate where I was perfectly on time for that 7:25 a.m. flight to Comic-Con. And I still landed and got in an Uber and got to downtown San Diego and got into the convention on Friday morning in plenty of time. So all's well that ends well. Roll with the punches, you know, and the punches will not hurt so much. Did I miss cuddles with the face hugger? Yes, the face hugger is everything. Did I miss saying hi to anybody? Hi, Kelly. Hi, Vernon. So my top 3 bands? What do you mean, Danny? So me being me, what are my top 3 bands? Well, the Ramones. And then I guess Metallica. And then Susie and the Banshees. That would be my top 3. I'm a very moody person. So it's hard for me to have like a designated favorite or anything. Hey, Melissa. Cornette. Girl, those Comic-Con photos are all over Instagram. That's where I put most everything. But hey, Kevin. Yeah, right, PJ. Thanks for pulling those strings for me with Southwest and their standby, their same-day standby policies. Let's see. Dan, you like Chico bags? What's a Chico bag? Oh, is it some kind of a pop-up bag that you like put in a bag and then it like expands and it can be something that you check? That makes sense. Yeah, well, like I said, I was on the fly. And whoops-a-daisy. Typically, I have a plan, but sometimes the plans all go to shit and you just got to pivot. Pivot! You know. Oh, Russell, you should have been jealous because it was amazing. You went to the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio? Good for you. Sorry. Every time I've ever been to Ohio, I have just been very unimpressed with everything. Even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, it was fun, but they're definitely curating that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame museum in a way to encourage you to come back because you can't see everything because they don't put everything out. So it's kind of like, it's like shopping in a very expensive store where not everything is available for you to sift through. You know how you go into some of those stores and they only have like 17 items and you're like, thanks, Gucci. What if I wanted this in black? And they're like, oh, we have it in black. It's in the back. And you're like, why don't you just put it out so that I can tell you have it in black? And they're like, rich people don't care. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum seems to be doing that. And kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it was cool, but it wasn't that cool. It wasn't like book a flight to Ohio and get a hotel in Ohio cool to just do that. For me, it was good because I ended up with a layover in Ohio or was it a flight delay? Flight delay. I ended up with a flight delay in Ohio because I was on tour with Jackson Browne and the tour ended in Ohio, in Cleveland. And so I was flying home from Cleveland. So I didn't have anywhere I had to be. Like I was just ended tour, going home. The flight was my own. Nobody was waiting on me. It was great. And then they were like, hey, we'd like to offer, I want to say they offered like $500 or $700 for somebody to give up a flight because people just were not giving up their flights, which I thought was crazy because I guess it's Ohio. They really want to get the fuck out of Ohio. So I was like the first person. I jumped right up. I was like, $500. And I ran up and I was like, hey, are you still looking for people to give up their flight? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, awesome. And she looked and she's like, you have a first class ticket. And I was like, is that a problem? And she's like, no, but are you sure you want to give up the first class ticket? Because if you give up the first class ticket, we may not be able to get you first class the rest of the way. And I was like, yeah, but I get that $500, right? I was like, I didn't pay for the first class ticket. I need the $500. And she was like, oh my God, you were so sweet. She's like, you're the only person to like volunteer. And I was like, you're kidding me right now? Seriously? She's like, yeah. So then they, I was the only one. And then they were so desperate for somebody, they upped it to $1,000. And then they got one more person. Can you imagine for $1,000? And I'm not talking $1,000 flight credit. I'm talking $1,000 cash money on a fucking Visa gift card. And people were just like, oh no, I really want my flight out of Ohio right now. And I was like, and then I looked and I go, when is the next flight? And she's like, it's in like 3.5 hours or something like it's like 3 or 4 hours away. And she goes, actually, there was one that was like in 2 hours and it didn't have first class. She goes, if you want this one flight that's in 4 hours, I'll make sure you're still in first class the whole way. And I was like, this is so much win, right? When you roll with the punches, they don't hurt. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. What am I going to do in Cleveland for 4 hours? And I was like, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I didn't have my bag. My bag was already checked and my bag was going way ahead of me. So I didn't have to worry about it. So all I had was like my carry-on bag. And I was like, fucking A. I went out front. I called an Uber. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. I rolled back around. I got back in plenty of time to make my flight. And it was great. And I made $1,000. So, yeah. Was there a public service announcement that Jennifer Garner was stuck in an elevator? Not to my knowledge. Thanks, Melissa. Cornette. Let's see. Comic-Con photos. Did you see the ones on Instagram? Are there ones that you're looking for that aren't on Instagram? I mean, I can pop them up here for you. Melissa, you saw Susie? I love her. I lent her my powder once. I hung out with her once while she washed out her knickers. One time I helped untangle her necklace. When I was working at concerts, we had a lot of Susie Sue shows. And of course, I insisted on working all of them and, just conveniently being available to Miss Sue backstage anytime she might need it. And I did not care what that was that she needed. You need some powder? I got you. Oh, that necklace is tangled in your hair? Let me get it. Yeah. Fucking love her. Love her. The Chico bags are like bags within bags. Okay, but also, just so you know, Dan, I have some very cool Darth Vader luggage, and I don't know that it's worth the flex I give up if I switched from my Darth Vader luggage to Chico bags, right? I mean, if you're gonna roll to Comic-Con and you got Darth Vader luggage, that's a tough one to give up. You know what I'm saying? A good name for a dog. Pivot. Oh, good. Yeah. I'm glad you were in Cleveland for work, Russell, because if you're going to go to Cleveland, somebody should be paying you. The Monkees will never be loved at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I don't know why. Hey, Fran, welcome back. Good to see you again. They offered you $750 in a hotel and you said no because Cleveland. Why? Dude, $750 in a hotel? I would have been like, cool, down, check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and everything that could possibly be worth doing in Cleveland and then get the fuck out and never go back to Cleveland. I think it's great. You were flight credit. Well, I would have said yes to flight credit anyway, because I always need flight credit everywhere. I fly a lot. I mean, like Costco just had a sale. Costco has a sale every 4th of July on Southwest gift cards where you can get a $500 Southwest gift card for like $430. And so every year I try to buy that and then have it and use it for like Southwest. So I'm already saving money. I'm super into like life hacks. And if somebody wants to offer me $750 in flight credit, I am 100% taking it. I don't care where I have to spend the night. honestly. I did that. I used to do that constantly because I was always flying someplace. And I mean, I'll just call people up. You know, I fly direct now as much as humanly possible. But back when I was poor and I couldn't afford to fly direct, I would legit every time I hit my connection, I would intentionally book connections where I knew somebody, mostly through LA. And then I would, as soon as I got off my flight before to my connecting flight, I would walk right up to the desk and be like, "Hi, are you looking for volunteers?" Just checking. Just if you're looking for volunteers, keep an eye out for me. I'm here. I'm ready to give it up. And it works. It worked a lot. A lot of the time they'd be like, "Hey, you come here." And I'd be like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We got a spot. You want to give one up?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to give it up. What you got?" And then I would take the flight credit and roll. And then if it was LA, I would call somebody that I knew and be like, "Hey, what are you up to?" I used to text people leaving New Orleans, text them in LA and be like, "Hey, in about 3 or 4 hours, I might be calling you. Heads up, just in case." And it would work. It would be great. PJ, you might have to change your flight for Lamb of God, flying out of Oakland to make sure I make my flight. I have not yet been confirmed for the Carrie King interview. I do feel pretty confident about it. Everybody is very eager to make it happen. And I did talk to Carrie's label while I was at Comic-Con because Carrie is on Reigning Phoenix Music and they have a booth at Comic-Con. So I swung by and had a chat with them. God, you know what? I meant to take a picture of Sebastian Bach. He was doing a signing and we went by there. Did I take pictures of him? I think I did. You know, what's funny though, is I went up to his wife and I was like, "Hey, Suzanne, funny story. I caught the bouquet at your wedding." And I had pulled up the photo on my phone. I had like searched it out via San Jose and the year. So I already had it on my phone to show her. And when she saw that I already had the photo up on my phone to show her, she looked at me like, "Oh dear God, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Sorry?" Like, I think she thought I was a crazy stalker fan who was like, "I was at your wedding," you know, because they sold tickets to the wedding. But I'm like, I was a guest of your best man. Like, I caught your bouquet. We're in the photo together. We were in Chips Enough's wedding together. What is wrong with you, crazy lady? But she didn't recognize me or didn't remember me or both and looked at me like I was a crazy person. And then her friend started talking to me and her friend was like, "Wait, what? You like literally caught the bouquet at their actual wedding?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And I go, "And here we all are at Comic-Con. Like, how random is this? Like, I live in San Francisco. They got married in San Jose. You know, they live in LA. And here we all are at fucking Comic-Con in the same place at the same time. What are the odds?" Because I wasn't planning to go to the Sebastian Bach signing. I just accidentally walked by it and was like, "Oh shit." I can't find it. I swear I did take pictures of him though. Wait, is that it? Nope. It was after this. I'm gonna make some wrap up, some like videos or something with all this stuff because like holy crackers, so much stuff. Oh, dude. Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon, that motherfucker's gotten some work done. Let me tell you right now. Because I saw him at a Comic-Con event like 6 or 7 years ago, and he did not look this good. So I don't know if it's like full facelift or Ozempic or quit drinking or what, but he's looking a lot better. I mean, what's this guy, like 70? It's the same from Facebook and Instagram. You're on Twitch now. Sharks for Life 19. Is this Dan? Or is this somebody else? It just helps. What a bargain. Hi, Lynn. Oh, yeah, he was in Ted too. Yeah. So I don't know. It was like I want to say it was like 2017 or something. And I was at Comic-Con, and my buddy who lives there is like, hey, I heard that he also likes Flash Gordon. And he's like, hey, I heard Sam's going to be at a bartending event. And it turned out he was bartending. And we went to the event, and it wasn't very crowded. This was the beauty of Comic-Con, like pre-Endgame, I'm telling you, man. And so we get there, and we just walked right up to the bar, and Sam Jones made us drinks. I have a picture of it somewhere. It's a terrible fucking picture. But yeah, so we had to selfie, you know, we had to like hold our arms out to selfie because like the whole promotion was like super kind of weak, you know. But yeah, it was super fun. I wonder if I can find that photo. Let's see. San Diego. Oh, is it here? 2018? No, I think it was 2017. Oh, it might not be in this phone. It might be something I did with like the BlackBerry. I do miss that phone. Did anybody ever get to the bottom of why BlackBerry took a shit? No, it is. It's on another phone. I'll have to find it somewhere. 2016 is the earliest. Wait, is this 2016? When is this? Yeah, this is 2016. So maybe it was 2015 when we did the bartending thing. Derp, derp, derp. Let's see. Oh, PJ, we're coming up on caller 9 time. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh, wait, here. For everybody who thinks I look like Kristen Ritter, I took a picture with her giant face for Jessica Jones in the way back. I don't know. I could kind of see it. Like I could be her auntie. Right, Alejandro? I did. As soon as I left you, actually. That's why I was in such a hurry. I ran into him in the airport. And I was like, hey, great seeing you, but I gotta go. As soon as I walked up, they were able to confirm my ticket. But from what you missed earlier is my stories of missing many flights and how experienced I am at it, and how I know that if you can get to a gate agent, if you can get to a nice gate agent, and you can be nice to that gate agent, they can do miraculous things. And they will, but only if you are a good person. You can't just walk up and be a dick or pretend that shit isn't your fault. And then they'll just look at you and be like, I don't see anything. Sorry. Whew. Is this it? Yeah. It's caller 9 time. For the Floyd, can I play pigs? 3 different ones. No. There's a list. I'm not allowed to deviate. You were going to say something about caller 9 and 420 Floyd. I am currently saying something about caller 9 and 420 Floyd on the air right now. Listen to 1077 The Bone. Download the app. Listen at 1077thebone.com. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Again, yeah, there's a list. Sorry, Dan. Did Bernstein and Pinfield try and get me to fill in on Power Hour? Well, Matt Pinfield wasn't there, and Josh was loved. You know what's funny? I didn't realize that Josh Bernstein and I know each other. I walked up, and somebody, my friend Lori, was telling me that there was a Lemmy booth. And I was like, oh shit, how did I miss that? And so I walked over and found it. And I was like, oh, it's the Lemmy graphic novel. And I hadn't seen it yet. And they had one out. So I just like opened it and started looking. And Josh was at the booth. And he gets up and he looks at me and he's like, don't we know each other? And I was like, maybe? I go, well, I know you're on Power Hour and I'm friends with Matt Pinfield. So, but I don't think I've ever met you with him. And he's like, no, I mean from a long time ago. And I was like, maybe. And then we figured out that we probably met at like the Golden God Awards, you know, back in like the 2010s. But it was weird. It was crazy. It was cool though. He was awesome. In fact, I wasn't joking. He really did talk me into going to Aftershock. And so it better not fucking suck. But yeah, so that's what I was saying is I was running away from you to get straight to the gate agent who could give me the confirmed boarding pass. Because what I had was the standby boarding pass. And if you take the standby boarding pass to the gate within a certain window of time, like I said, gate agents can work miracles. They can also fuck you up. They could be like, oh no, we need to wait until we start boarding before we determine whether or not you're eligible for standby. And this one only had like 8 seats available too. So I needed to get in there and make sure that I was like confirmed ASAP before motherfuckers started turning up. And it worked. She like confirmed me right then on the spot. It was great. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 1. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 2. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 3. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 4. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 5. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 6. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 7. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 8. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 9. Sorry, dude.
Thank you.
All right, take care. I don't know what happened with caller 8. It looked like it was ringing, and then just before I touched the button, it was like empty. So I think somebody's call dropped off, and then somebody else called right back in. Anywho, all right, pick a number between 1 and 10 to pick the line for this. Hey, Rod, what's up? Well, you can be particular about your Pink Floyd songs all day long, brother. Cumulus will tell me what I can and can't play. They give me some latitude, but not crazy like Play Pigs latitude. Oh my God, Mike, I've been going on and on about my weekend at Comic-Con and I will not stop. So hang out for a minute because I need to get caller 10 right now. Let's see. Did anybody pick a number? 7. Okay. Or 5. 5 or 7. Let's see. 5. How long has 5 been ringing? 5's been ringing for 34 seconds and 7 has been ringing for 9 seconds. Let's take 5. Hi, it's the bone. Who's this?
Anthony.
Anthony, how are you today?
Good. Did I win?
Maybe. Have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
Nope.
Anthony, what's your last name?
About 33 days ago.
God damn it, Anthony.
What? 33.
Really? Is it really 33 days ago? Because, I mean, technically you're eligible, but that is kind of messed up. What's your last name, dude? Let me verify it.
Bagnarol. Bagnarol. Why is that messed up?
Because, you know, other people like to win once in a while.
Oh, come on. Mine was the other tickets were to the Steve Vai. Hey, we chatted at an art gallery once.
We chatted at an art gallery?
Yeah. Lars was there. All kinds of Newstead's art gallery.
The Jason's exhibit, like 15 years ago?
Yeah. About 10.
It's not 10, dude. It was more than 10. I can tell you that right now.
I'm old. I'm 62.
All right. I can see you here in the system. You know the drill. Keep an eye out for the email.
Thank you.
All right. You haven't changed any information, have you? You still got the same email and phone number?
Yes, same email, same phone number, everything.
All right. Congratulations, Anthony.
Yeah,
all right. Give everybody else a chance next time, brother.
I don't want more tickets.
You what?
Yeah. What was those other tickets I won with that Steve Vai? Crimson, the King Crimson show.
You don't remember?
Yeah, the King Crimson show with Steve Vai.
Yeah, okay. It's called Beat.
Beat, yeah, that's it.
Terrible name for it, but yeah, it should be a very cool show.
I don't know why they call it Beat.
You should have an email. You should have an email from Bone Promotions about it.
All right, great. Hope maybe we'll run into another art gallery.
Well, maybe. I mean, if once every 15 years we run into each other in an art gallery.
I know you'll. If I describe me, you will remember me.
You think so?
You remember meeting a dwarf at Newstead Art Gallery?
No. I mean, I barely remember being there. It was like 15 years ago. I remember being shocked that Jason's paintings were as big as they were because they were like, they took up whole walls.
Oh, they're cool. Yeah, some pretty cool stuff.
I remember it was downtown, like near Grant Street. And I remember parking was a bitch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And I think that's it.
Popped his head in.
Was Sammy there?
He popped his head in and left.
I remember Lars being there.
Yes, Lars was there. And his kids.
Yeah. Well, his kids were little then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easter 15 years ago. Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was about 15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been around here a long time. I'm back. I used to hang out at the Lobster in Todd Masters back in the day. And
Steve Masters?
Todd Masters.
Oh, Ton Mastery. Okay. I thought you said Todd Masters, and I don't know who that is, but yeah, Ton. I didn't know Ton Mastery. She was in the South Bay when I was living in Fairfield, and she passed away.
Yeah,
she passed away right after I got into radio.
Yeah, she was also on Catch Jail.
Yeah, I do know the Lobster though.
Yeah,
he's great.
I know him well. We almost got 2 bands signed in the 80s.
Cool.
In fact, one of them was Ton Mastery's sister, Clara.
Oh, I don't know anybody that knows Ton.
Yeah, but hey, maybe we'll run into each other. It's great, and thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll go to an art gallery again sooner or later.
Or a show.
All right, man. Congratulations and take care.
Thanks.
All right. Like, am I artsy? All right. What did I miss? Let's see. He sounds like your cousin. Just give it to him. He sounds nice. Oh, Justine. I'm not going to not give it to him because caller 10 is caller 10. And there's a literal law governing how contests work. So don't worry. He was never in danger of not getting it unless he was ineligible because he had won in the last 30 days, but he was not. So he's fine. So yeah. But I do try to encourage people to, really just try to win the stuff you really want to win and don't just like try to win every goddamn thing, because I've seen people put like tickets they won from the Bone on Craigslist and stuff. And when I see that, it just hurts my heart. It's like, I know that there's somebody who really wants those and you're that dick who's just like a prize pig that wins so much shit that they start selling it. Like, here's the things that piss me off. Where is that bitch? Oh, it might have dropped off my stories. Yeah, it did. Let me find it in my, especially just coming fresh off of Comic-Con and seeing like the secondary market of crazy people. And they're not even crazy. I take that back. They're calculated. They're people who have calculated the value of buying a Comic-Con badge, getting into Comic-Con early as fuck, gaming the system, buying the limit on everything, and then they leave, right? So like here, see those Funko bags? Those Funko bags are like 3 feet by 3 feet. by 1 foot. And this was like a group of, I don't know, maybe like 5 people. And they each had at least one or more giant Funko bag filled to the top. I mean, there's Funko boxes all the way across and all the way up, all of those bags. And they were talking about how they were waiting on their ride to come and get them. And it was like noon and they're all leaving because they don't care. They don't care about Comic-Con. They don't care about movies. They don't care about comics. They don't care about anything except getting that shit on eBay as fast as they can and turning a profit. And come on, man. Why are we so, are we really that jaded of a world where everything has to get turned around for a profit? Can't people just go and do stuff because it's fun? Because it's cool? Because you have like a fandom? Because you have like a love for a specific franchise or many franchises or whatever? Or you like the toys or you buy the toys from the things you like? I'm not saying I've never like thought about selling off my stuff, because I have stuff that I have way too much of. In fact, I probably will start selling off stuff because I have way too much. But like, I didn't go there with the intent of buying it and reselling it, much less like finding out however those people managed to do that, to get in and buy that many exclusives all at once. Like, that's hard to do. But yeah, so Justine, he was never in danger. He was legitimately caller 10. And as long as you're legitimately caller 10, you are going to win. As long as you're eligible. Stay away from art galleries for my protection. You're right. Anthony needed to let me get back to work because I do have a job to do. There's someone made you a friend request. Oh, it was definitely a scam, Justin. I should post that again. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't know how that happened. You know, somebody did this to Chasta ages ago, and Facebook does not care. They won't take it down. I think the one that's coming from me is coming from Instagram, but I'm not sure. No, I think it is Facebook too, huh? A friend of mine sent it to me. Yeah, I will never send a friend request. Like, my page is open to everybody. I don't have time to do like the friend page. So the Nikki Blakk friend page has nothing on it. Like, I have not used that page in 10 years. At one point, there was some kind of bullshit update, and Instagram, while I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise in February, started accidentally sending everything to my friend page instead of my open fan page. But that's it. Outside of that, that's the only thing that's intentionally gone on that page. And it's just because I had to make the jump back when you weren't allowed to follow. Following wasn't a thing. So, and I maxed out the 5,000 friends. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll go and I'll start a public page. So I started a public page. And my public page is free and open to everybody. You don't have to like request my friendship. You already have it. All you have to do is follow me. And I am here for you. No, Dan, if they can't make the show, that's up to them. They've won those tickets, and what they do with those tickets after they've won them is entirely up to them. That's their property. We gave it to them. They won it fair and square. Yeah, Justine, that just like, it bugs me, you know. I'm not naive. I know that there's always going to be a certain number of people out there that do that. I just try to discourage it. And if the only way I can discourage it is by saying, hey, buddy, you just won tickets from us like 33 days ago. Maybe you could take a break. You know, maybe buy a ticket. I mean, tomorrow the Live Nation sale ends, right? There's a sale on at Live Nation right now where you can buy 4 lawn tickets for $80, all in pricing. So it's a $20 fucking ticket. It's literally a $20 ticket. For some people, $20 is a lot of money. And I get that. And these guys are a lot of these people who win all the time and are like going to extremes to make sure they win, to trying to game the system. The people who call ahead of time, you've seen, they know I answer the phone now. They don't even try with me. But people who are like going to extremes to try and win. Well, that's like a gambling addict, right? They're in it for the rush. You'll buy any Slayer or Pantera laminates? I'll let you know if I have extra. I don't think I'll have extra. I might have stickies. I might have more than one sticky from the same show. Sometimes that happens. I got to get through everything and sort it and see what I have and what I don't have. You know, there's stuff that I think I have that I can't find either. Oh, Umberto, somebody sent it to you too? Yeah, please everyone know that that is fake as fuck. I will not ever send you a friend request. And I will definitely not ask you for money or try to give you prizes. Like any prizes you're going to get from me are coming through the radio, fair and square. You guys know me by now. You know that I am like above board on all the things. Justin, you know it's not me if it's happening at 6 a.m. My friend that sent it to me was like, tell me her Christian name. And then they gave up. Let me see. He texted it to me. It's hilarious. I was like, what? There it is. Yeah. It looks like it's coming for me, but it's not. And then he's like, were you hacked? You just sent me a friend request. And it's all, this is me, hacker says. Welcome. And what is your name? And where are you from? And he's all, bullshit. What's your baptismal name? Yeah, sorry. It's hilarious to me. I'm also exhausted from Comic-Con and just a little punch drunk from flights. So, but still, I think that's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, Umberto. Yeah, it's hopefully everybody knows it's fake. Yeah, I could try and play some Alice in Chains. I played Temple of the Dog earlier. How nice is that? Lawn seating is not that bad, dude. I mean, I don't do it because I'm spoiled as fuck. I've been working in concerts for 25 years. I am not going to do the lawn. But that's just me. Hey, Kevin. I have nonstop been talking about how awesome Comic-Con was. Was there anything in particular that you were wondering? No, PJ, everyone does not want to be me. I can guarantee you that. Not with the way my legs feel right now after all the walking I did this week. Oh my God. I have one knee that is not doing well, actually. I might need to get like a knee brace or something. I asked my friend who's a trainer, I was like, hey, I'm having this knee pain. Should I like wear a brace on the treadmill for a little while? And he was like, no, don't be using a crutch. It was a whole thing. So I just have to work through the pain. You know, it's going to be a thing. Hey, Terry. There's no lawn dirt, just dirt. I hit up panels and I saw movie trailers. I didn't go to a ton of panels because I had a professional badge and not a press badge. Although I was just talking to Baby Huey. I have a friend who does press every year at Comic-Con, and she's like, you really should get the press pass because they have a separate press entrance for the panels. And I might actually be able to get into a Marvel panel if I go as press. Right? Because for years I've been going to Comic-Con with a friend of mine who has a professional badge. She's a game developer. So we just have been doing that. And I never, ever even tried to get into Hall H because people are camped out for that shit, you know? I did used to go to, it's not a hoodie. It's a sweatshirt. No hood. Isn't that the best? This was the exclusive from Heroes and Villains this year, and this was the exclusive from Heroes and Villains last year. I kind of love it. I can't tell if it's, can you see it? It's like a schematic drawing. um, but yeah, so we never even tried. And then I used to love this TV show called The Magicians. So I went over to the hotel side of panels because they have a lot of smaller panels that are actually not that hard to get into at all. So I went to the Magicians panel, which is actually where I found out about that TV show Deadly Class, which only had one season but was epic. So if anybody, and I'm pretty sure it's on a streaming service somewhere, check out Deadly Class. It's set in like 80s San Francisco, and like one of the kids is wearing a Flipper t-shirt, and they go to the Stone and they're talking about Mabuhay Gardens and shit. It's a really good TV show. I'm bummed it got canceled. But anyway, so I hit those up, and as I was walking back from those, I met up with my friend and we were walking past Hall H when we noticed that the doors were open, and we were like, oh, never been inside. Let's go see if they'll let us in. So we go in, and it turns out it's a panel that wasn't totally full. And I forget what it was for. They gave us a t-shirt on the way out, and we were just like, huh, maybe we can actually try to go to a panel in Hall H for something we'd be interested in seeing and do it the same way. Just turn up late after they've let in the big line of people and see what happens. And that is exactly how I got into Alien Romulus in Hall H, which was epic, totally worth it. That's where I got my face hugger and fell in love with the director. So if anybody knows him, please give him my digits. And saw some great previews. In fact, the director said that he said he edited all the footage for Comic-Con specifically so that there would be no spoilers in the footage, but that he could still show us something new. So a lot of the stuff that we saw in the footage that he showed us at Comic-Con, he's like, it's not even in the movie. He's all, it's just so I could show you guys some stuff that's like of the movie, but don't feel like you're getting spoiled, because when you go to watch the movie, it's going to be completely different because it's a different edit. And I was like, oh, I love this guy. So yeah, let's see. Oh, don't feel bad, Dan. I mean, people love the lawn. The lawn is fun. You know, I mean, I love the lawn for something like Steve Miller Band. You know, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to have a few drinks. I'm going to kick back in the grass. I'm going to hang out with my friends. I'm going to get a contact high, and I'm going to chill and listen to Steve Miller Band and sing the songs loud. If it's like a metal band, I need to be up close. If it's, you know, so it depends, you know, to each his own. That's why we have the lawn. You'll be missing me on Wednesday and Thursday for hip surgery. Oh, good on you. Everybody I know who's ever had a hip surgery has said good things, like miraculous things, like thank the gods I did this kind of things. So good for you. Thanks, PJ, for the reminder, but I did it early. Yeah, I set myself up so that I talk about Comic-Con. So I did that all in the 2:00 hour. I changed all the elements that I need to change, but I do need to make sure that I'm still running on time. And I am. Cool. Yep. Super on time. Do I like Freaks and Geeks? I never saw it. Wasn't that like a 90s thing? Like a 90s kids show? I think I was too old for that. I don't get, there's like some Rugrats shit and some other stuff. I forgot what it was, but yeah, one time I was doing a podcast with Chasta and Baby Huey, and I was saying how, I think I was saying I got like $1 an hour for babysitting or some shit like that. And they started singing some song that was from like a cartoon that was like very much before my, after my time of being a child. And I was just looking at him like, okay, you have both just burst into song. Like, we live in a musical. I'm confused. What's going on? And they were like, yeah, it's like that cartoon that everybody watched. And I was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. So that's how I am with Freaks and Geeks. Like, I'm aware of its existence, but I have never seen it. I don't think it's an exclusive. Let's see. No, I don't think it's an exclusive. But it is specific to Alien Romulus. And Alien Romulus does look like the closest thing to a throwback to the original Alien that I have seen in previews yet, because it is like one group of people on one ship that stumbles into the aliens. That's in the previews. That's obvious. As opposed to all the other ones that kind of tried to have some kind of weird, deeper meaning thing going on. This one looks like it's pretty straightforward, which is a good thing to go back to, you know? One gal told you she would walk on your back to go into the upper seating. I don't know what that means. Hi, Tommy. How you doing, man? Oh, it was a drama with Seth Rogen? Freaks and Geeks was a drama with Seth Rogen? I don't know. Hey, Brett. What does SAF mean? Sorry, I'm still catching up on coffee from the weekend. Does that mean solid as fuck? Because that's what it means to me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, also there was a period of time from about 1998, from like 1998 to like 2007, where I was just working like crazy. Oh, thanks, Brett. But yeah, for a good like 9-10 years, I worked my ass off. I was in college, and I did 4 years of college in about 3 years, and I had like 3 or 4 jobs for another 3 or 4 years until I got hired on to do Afternoons at the Bone in 2006. And then when I got hired on full time at the Bone to do Afternoons in 2006, like I worked my ass off just like every day, just like focused on the station. Like I didn't even take vacation that whole first year. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to take vacation. Plus I still worked in concerts the whole time. And so I did not see a lot of TV, period. There are whole franchises that happened that I never even heard of or paid attention to. So if it fell into that area, I may have never gotten wind of it or seen it or had anything to do with it. Like, everybody's talking about Gossip Girl now because of Ryan Reynolds being married to Blake Lively. And I'm like my sister, and I only know this difference because my sister is an avid Gilmore Girls fan. And it was about it was maybe like not even 3-4 years ago. It might have even been 2 years ago. Sometime during the pandemic-ish was when I learned that Gossip Girl and Gilmore Girls were not the same thing. And my sister was so mad at me because she's always talking to me about Gilmore Girls. She's named my niece and nephew after the characters in Gilmore Girls. There were wedding themed things that she did years ago when she got married that were Gilmore Girls specific. And every time she would say Gilmore Girls, I'd have no fucking idea what she's talking about. So in my head, Gilmore Girl, Gossip Girl was kind of the same thing. If people said Gilmore Girls or if people said Gossip Girl, I didn't know that there was a difference. Like, my head just never spent enough time thinking about either Gilmore Girls or Gossip Girl long enough to realize that those were two different things that both started with the same fucking letter and ended with girl. In my mind, they could very well have been the same thing, and I didn't give a shit about either one. So I have since discovered what Gilmore Girls was and seen an episode or two just to appease my sister, who, like I said, was very offended. But outside of that, I have no fucking idea. And now I know Gossip Girl is Blake Lively, apparently, because I was reading about how apparently the I can't. Deadpool spoilers. All right. Well, there was a Deadpool thing that happened, and I was reading about the Deadpool thing that happened, and it turned out to have been based on Blake Lively from her Gossip Girl period, which I did not know was a thing. I did not know Gossip Girl was not Gilmore Girls, and much less know that Blake Lively apparently was in Gossip Girl until I found out through Comic-Con, where the guy who designed this particular Deadpool said that in 2010, he based it on Blake Lively because he was a Gossip Girl fan. Go figure. Yeah, Dan, that is super weird. Super weird. Oh my God. Sorry. Hold on. Hey, I spent the whole weekend at Comic-Con and flew home this morning and came straight to work where I am now, so when I said a couple of weeks, I meant a couple of weeks, don't sweat it. Not even thinking about it. I love people and their enthusiasm, but I don't have fucking room for it. If I said to do something in a couple of weeks, it meant because I don't have time to process it now. I just found out about Gilmore Girls. Come on, dude. I know, PJ, right? You have no idea what I'm talking about, because why would you? Why would it be even remotely relevant to anyone our age what the Gilmore Gossip Girls are at all? Like, even kind of, because we were all grown-ass adults fucking hanging out in metal clubs and bars and seeing shows when people were at home watching those things. But apparently everything old is new again. And now that I think they're streaming and people are watching them, people are binging those shows, those older shows now, and catching up with them. I'm not, but people are. So the idioms from those shows are kind of permeating culture again. Like that Creek show. I didn't know the Creek show. Dawson's Creek. Do you remember that? That was a thing in like the 90s or something, or the 2000s. Like I said, 2Ks, late 90s, early 2Ks are all a blur for me. I was working and going to shows, and that was it. And going to school. So I didn't know anything about Dawson's Creek. Like, I had heard the name, and that was it. I didn't know fuck all about that show. I didn't know who was on it. I didn't know anything about it. But because people kept telling me I looked like Kristen Ritter, and I saw Netflix had this show with her called the Bee in Apartment C or something like that. And I binged that show with Kristen Ritter, which, by the way, is fucking hilarious. If anybody hasn't seen it and is looking for something to binge, she's a badass. That show is hilarious. And I can see why people didn't think she and I looked much like each other until she did that show, because is a little bit of my personality in that character. And one of the things about that character is that she's BFFs with the guy who starred in Dawson's Creek, but as him as the actor that starred in Dawson's Creek. So the guy who starred in Dawson's Creek, I don't know who the fuck is, I forget his name. Vanderbeek. Hey Siri, who was the star of Dawson's Creek?
Dawson's Creek features James Van Der Beek.
James
Katie
Van Der Beek,
Holmes,
right?
Joshua
Okay.
Jackson, and
Yeah. I don't need the rest of them. Oh, Busy Phillips was on that show? See? Learn something new every day. So James Van Der Beek plays James Van Der Beek on the show as BFFs with Kristen Ritter's character on the show. And it's hilarious because she comes over to his house, like she'll drop by his house, and there's always like some hot chick coming out of the bedroom wearing like some kind of like 90s flannel plaid t-shirt or some shit. And the theme song is like, I don't want to wait for our lives to be some, that awful 90s chick song, I guess, is the theme song, or it was like a song that's associated with the show or something. But so like that song is playing and the girls come out wearing his like Dawson's Creek t-shirt, and Kristen Ritter is just like, dude, seriously? And he's like, what? It still works. I'm going to work it. And that is all I know about Dawson's Creek. But apparently it was a cultural phenomenon for many women and girls my age or close to it that I missed entirely. See, I never watched Smallville. And then by the time I wanted to watch Smallville, there were so many goddamn episodes that I didn't have the balls to start it because I knew it was going to take forever to get through it. And sometimes I can get addicted and I'll be like up watching all night. Like I never saw 24 until I did commercials for the 24 DVD release. And when I did the commercials for the 24 DVD release, they gave me every episode of 24 on DVD. And I started watching them. And I love that show. I had never seen it, but I also have had a crush on Kiefer Sutherland since I was 10. So I was like obsessed with the show. And I was married at the time, right? So my ex-husband was getting up for work at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going to bed from work at like 11 or 12. So I'd get home from work at like 7 or 8 o'clock and he'd go to bed at like 11 or midnight. I'd be up watching 24 until he got up for work. And he'd be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, dude, is it that late already? And he's like, you know, it's that late. Each episode is 1 hour. How many did you just watch? And I'm like, oh, shit, I got to go take a nap before I got to go to work. So ever since then, I have not been eager to dive into something that has a lot of seasons or a lot of episodes because I have issues. But I do want to see Smallville. I do want to start that. That is on my list. Can I sing that again for $10? Can you go fuck yourself for free? I don't know. Whatever that song was. Chick shit, you know? I was not into chick shit. I did not have time. I did not have time to be into chick shit. 24 is an awesome show. Fuck yeah, it is. Oh my God. And I still have all those DVDs. I almost would watch them all again, except I fear not getting any sleep. Although now I'm old. Now I'm old and I'm tired, right? This was like 20 years ago. Was it 20 years ago? Oh my God, it was. This was like 15, 16, 19 years ago. 19 years ago. Oh, wow. No, maybe not. This would have been like 2006, 2007. So like 18 years ago when I was much younger and had a lot more energy than I do now. You like the rewatch podcast with the stars of Smallville watching the show? Oh, I heard commercials for that and I was very confused as to whatever the fuck it was. Is that what it was? Is that what it is? So how does that work? Like, they literally sit there and just talk into microphones while they're watching the show, but you can't see the show. It's not a video podcast. So if you want to, is there like a syncing point where they're like, if you want to watch it while we're doing commentary, hit play at this point now kind of thing? Hey, Eddie. Oh, I'm not back from Vegas, Eddie. I'm back from Comic-Con. I'm back from San Diego. And I did bring back cool toys. They are badass. What? You want to see them again? Okay. Twist my arm. We have the disturbingly attractive fleshlight modeled. I'm serious. I've seen fleshlights in real life, and that's basically what this is. Wolverine popcorn tin. Designed by Deadpool. Can also be used for popcorn. I mean, this is like rubber. This is plastic. And also, this is too big for anybody to, but yeah, but the message is clear, right? The whole thing is absolutely nuts. I spent a lot of time talking to the people at the AMC booth about it. And I was like, how did you guys get this past Disney? And they were like, we were shocked too. But I guess the thing is that they had pushed the Dune popcorn bucket through and nobody realized what the Dune popcorn bucket really looked like until it sparked a phenomenon, right? And I don't want to do spoilers for Deadpool, but just let me say that if you haven't seen Deadpool yet, fucking go see it. It's hilarious. I don't want to spoil it. Just go see Deadpool. It's hilarious. The desperation of Disney and Marvel has become obvious when you look at the amount of shit that they are letting Ryan Reynolds get away with saying and doing. I'm just going to say that. It's hilarious. And then this is my new favorite thing. What time is it? How much time do I have? Okay. So they did like a whole thing during the Romulus panel where they had a video of Ridley Scott asking if anybody on the cast started to have nightmares during filming about the face huggers coming for them, because they showed some scenes in previews where these things, like a big old nasty like muscle tongue comes out and goes, and they're like fighting to not get tongued by the face huggers. It's so nuts. And the director was like, oh yeah, actually I started having some serious nightmares, and every time the face hugger was, and it was just like wah wah, and they had like red lights everywhere, and next thing you know, on the screens, on the big screens, you could see these things like somehow remotely, I don't know if there were wheels or what they had underneath them, but they were like going through the audience and like trying to jump at people. And I was like, it's a good thing we're sitting in the back, because if one of those things came at me, I would legit be jumping on the seat right now like a crazy person, because fuck. And then they gave everybody face huggers on the way out, and it was amazing. And then I'll show you the video again if you haven't seen it. I'll show you the video again if you haven't seen it. I'll show you the video I showed earlier. If you've seen it, you'll be seeing it again. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty epic. Where am I at time-wise? Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the video and then I got to pee. Because I am, yeah, I'm giving away Megadeth tickets here pretty soon. If anybody's listening to 107.7 The Bone, you will hear the cue to call. Just saying. I don't know if you can, I don't know. Well, oh no, it's an AMC popcorn bucket. So you can only get it through AMC. Apparently the theater companies are doing their own popcorn buckets. So now it's like a competitive thing. So they're all coming out with different versions of the popcorn bucket. So everybody walking out, I mean, Hall H holds literally thousands of people, and every single one of them got a face hugger. And it's like The Walking Dead walking out of the walking out of Hall H from the Alien Romulus panel. Everybody wearing their face huggers. It's epic. Epic. They watch it in their own time and then discuss the episodes they watch. Sometimes they remember behind the scenes stuff. Oh, fun. Yeah. That'd be fun. You know what I could do is I could watch Smallville one episode at a time and then make myself listen to the podcast for that episode after each episode. That would slow me down from watching too many. Then I'd only watch one a day because I only listen to podcasts never. But if I am listening to something, it's in the car mostly. Otherwise it's books. Books I'll listen to at home, but podcasts, I don't know, for some reason not so much. Maybe if I'm doing yard work. I don't play video games, not anymore. I used to. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, who would have thunk that after all the tricks they pulled to try and get people to come back to the movie theaters after the pandemic, the thing that would work like a charm was collectible popcorn buckets, like weird vaginally reminiscent collectible popcorn buckets. They're only on the 5th season so far. Trust, bro. I would have to start at like season 1, episode 1. So I think they'd be done by the time I got through there. Lord Pradiri, Metal History Channel, request Anvil Chorus Deadly Weapons. I got to look and see if I have any Anvil Chorus. I don't know if I do. I might have to call somebody for that. See if they'd send it to me. Because I'm running off of my old playlist, but not everything on my old playlist survived in the system, and I have to have WAV files for everything. It's a whole thing that I have explained in the past, but I have to pee right now, so I will have to explain again in the future. Be right back. BRB. Please enjoy this popcorn bucket while I'm gone. The things that amuse me. What can I say? I'm going to put the chair here just in case it starts to roll off. Okay. Can't lose it.
magic secret to losing weight? You know, the natural way, without drugs or injections. Well, the team at Abundant Life Weight Loss had that secret. You know, their weight loss program makes it look easy to lose weight naturally. I dove into the program in March after I talked to Snelly to find out not just how well it worked for him, but how much he liked it. And guess what? I lost 24 pounds in about 2 months. And more importantly, I've kept it off. I don't count points or calories. I eat when I'm hungry. I don't have any new exercises, and I definitely will not be going back to the I like food. You can tell if you follow me on social media how much I like food. I don't do surgery, don't do drugs. Definitely no injections. I think that's important. Looking forward to Abundant Life Weight Loss. Most patients lose 27 pounds in about a month.
Come on, that was funny. That was a little bit funny. A little bit funny.
That's 925-854. Or online at abundantlifeweightloss.com.
Call Thayan Rasmussen. Okay. Dave, do I only hear from you when you're at the airport? How is Canada? By the way, I do get chuffed every time you mention YYZ because I did not know that YYZ was named after the airport until I flew into Toronto for the first time ever, the only time ever, like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And I looked at my ticket, I looked at my plane ticket on the phone and I was like, oh, it was like just full on like mind blown, big light bulb, all the things over my head. And I was like, how did I never know that? I had no Canadian connection, man. Wolverine was quite the conversationalist. He was always very excited to see you. That's funny. Dave, where are you headed? Is this more Metallica related stuff? You travel more for Metallica than I do. And I travel for Metallica more than the average bear. Just looked in the mirror at the bathroom. My lipstick was like all. It worked for Ghostbusters. Oh, what? Popcorn tins? Did they have a Ghostbusters popcorn tin? I'll be honest, that first Ghostbusters was cute. I mean, the first revival was like, all right. I haven't tried to see Frozen yet. What is the difference between a voice actor and a radio DJ? So many things. Well, a radio personality is only on the radio. I do one personality, one voice. A voice actor is somebody who does many characters. And when I say characters, I don't mean like characters. Oh my God. It's, I don't mean like cartoon voices. I mean like, have you ever listened to an audiobook where somebody reads the audiobook but does character voices? They'll do the different accents or different kind of intonations for different characters. That's voice acting. Sorry. So could I be a voice actor? Yes. Yes. But I'll tell you why I'm not. Right now, in fact, I'm not even really much of a voiceover person right now because they want everybody to sound like this, man. They want everybody to sound like they don't care. Like they're like, whatever. Not so much with that accent, but just with that low kind of uninterested sort of like dude on the bus voice, you know? They want everybody to sound like that, and I don't sound like that. I sound like this. So they think I sound too announcery to be to read commercials. Whereas now they want all the commercial people to sound like people who don't care. It's a whole thing. Next time you're listening to a commercial, actually listen to the commercial, and you'll hear the person trying to sound like they don't give a shit. Like as much as humanly possible, they want to sound like they don't give a shit. Or they want you to sound like that mom next door who's just trying to tell you about something that she thinks is amazing. You're not going to believe how this changed my life. That's voice acting. Yeah. They want everybody to sound like the dude on the bus who doesn't give a shit. You're watching YouTube with Jim Cummings and learning about voicing for shows. Oh, interesting. Wow, I'm glad I crack you up, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Did PJ bail? Is he going to miss the second caller 9? Because it's coming. Dun, dun, dun. Did Dave just pop in and say hello from YYZ and then leave? Oh, PJ, good. Phew. You're about to miss it. Cue to calls happening like nowsies, brother. Nowsies. Well, when I say now, I mean it's happening now in the studio. It's going to be like another 10 seconds before it happens on the air. And then it'll be, another few seconds after that before it hits the live stream. And then maybe a few seconds more before it hits the old app. The voice of Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Ugh. I'll be honest. A lot of the reason I never liked Winnie the Pooh was that awful Winnie the Pooh voice. Everybody on Winnie the Pooh just sounded so sad. It's like a bunch of sad cartoons walking around trying to cheer each other up. Like all of Winnie the Pooh needed Prozac. Have you heard you're talking to Dan. Dan, have you heard the 2-player game Samuel? I don't know what that means. Jim won't like hearing that Winnie the Pooh is depressing and that I never liked it as a kid because it was too depressing. Jim can suck it. Yeah. I liked Animaniacs and stuff. Well, Animaniacs was more older. I was a Looney Tunes kid. All right. And like Scooby-Doo. I liked the classics. All right. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 1. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 2. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 3. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 4. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 5. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 6. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 7. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 8. Hi, it's the bone, your caller 9. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
It's so close.
I know. Thanks.
All right. Take care. So when I went oops, I hit the first button and then I accidentally double tapped it and just hung up on somebody. So I feel like that couldn't really be caller 1, but whatever. Did I watch the reboot of Tiny Toons? Yeah. Tiny Toons and Animaniacs were together. Like if you watched one, you watched the other. But Animaniacs I liked more than Tiny Toons, just a bit. But I liked both. I did like both. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 10. Who's going to be... All right. How about line 2? Hi, it's the bone. Who's this? Hello.
What?
Hi. Hey.
Am I calling 10?
You might be. Who is this?
This is Victoria.
Victoria, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Victoria, have you won anything from the bone in the last 30 days?
No, I have not.
Oh, I think we can do this then. Congratulations, Victoria. You are caller 10.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your last name?
Mosley, Mosley.
Okay. I think I see you here in the system. But you last won in 2023, so I think we're okay. Let me just confirm. All right, Victoria, congratulations. You got a pair of tickets to see Megadeth at the Conquer Pavilion. You also are in the running for the grand prize, which is a meet and greet package. And if you win that, we will give you a call next week to let you know. Do you remember how we do the ticket giveaways with the email? You got to keep an eye out for that email and click the link inside when you get it.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Congratulations, Victoria.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to do it.
All right.
Cheers.
I'll wait for your call next week when I win the.
What?
I said I'll wait for your phone call next week when I win the grand prize.
Oh, fingers crossed for you, Victoria. Fingers crossed.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What the fuck? It was like she had a gremlin next to her that just randomly was like, caller 9 was actually caller 10. No, caller 9 wasn't actually caller 10. I mean, I suppose kind of, maybe, sort of. Don't fuck with me, PJ. I'll come after you. Caller 10 was caller fucking 10. It's not my fault some shit accidentally disconnected. It's called technical difficulties, and we are not responsible for it. Read the law. Justine, what are you doing in the frozen tundra? Oh, because is that because you're in a server room where it's very cold, or is that just because you were completely isolated? You liked Kingdom Hearts. Oh. Thank you. You know what? I am not mad when people tell me I look like Kristen Ritter because I love her. She is a badass. But it's funny because she was in a lot of stuff, but no one thought I looked like her until she played the junkie in Breaking Bad. And that's when I first started hearing it. And then when she was the bee in Apartment 23 or whatever it was, then I really started hearing it. And then Jessica Jones was like nonstop. And I'm like, okay, so the more of an asshole alcoholic foul mouth Kristen Ritter plays in a show, the more she looks like me. Because before that, she'd play these like nice characters, right? Like, what's her IMDb got? I'm trying to think of something here. Am I still on time? I am still on time. Okay. Okay, let's see. She's younger than I am too, by like 10 years. There we go. There's her IMDb. Come on. So she's in Orphan Black Echoes now, but it's still a very snarky character. Let's see. Oh, like she was in Veronica Mars, but she played like a Valley girl. So nobody thought she looked like me from Veronica Mars. In fact, during the Veronica Mars years, people thought I looked like Eliza Dushku from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like my dad called me up one day and was like, turn on the TV right now. You're on Buffy. And I was like, what the dad? And he's like, she looks just like you. And I'm like, it was really weird. I was like, that was the day I found out my dad watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think it was because my sister was watching it, but my dad just was watching it with her. And I hope. Oh, here it is. Don't trust the bee in apartment 23. That was when it started happening. Wasn't she in another TV show? Oh my God, she was in Gossip Girl. Wait, is anybody still here from the Gossip Girl rant of like an hour ago? What are the odds? Holy shit. Was she like a regular character? It had to be. Oh, no. She had one episode. But wait, check this out. I go down a little further. She was in 8 episodes of Gilmore Girls. I don't know what this means, but it's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I think it was the she had a recurring character the whole time on Veronica Mars, and I think that that's what it was that nobody thought I looked like her when she was on Veronica Mars, but then as soon as she started playing assholes, everybody thought she looked like me. Okay. Un momento, por favor. No, she was in Breaking Bad, not Better Call Saul. She played the heroin addict girlfriend. She played Jesse Pinkman's heroin addict girlfriend that dies, or she ODs, and then, spoiler alert, she could have been saved, but she wasn't. She was killed. Hey, Aaron, I'm good. How are you, man? It's Monday. I'm off the hook. Aw, keeps telling me I look like Kristen Ritter. I'm not mad at any of that. I think I look like I could be her auntie. Like I said, I'm 10 years older than she is, but not mad at any of that. She is amazing. Oh my God, I should totally try and meet her one day. I'll bet you she'll be at Comic-Con next year if Orphan Black Echoes gets renewed. If there's a season 2 for Orphan Black Echoes, I am 100% on that shit. No, Jacob. No one here thinks I look like Alyssa Milano. No one has ever thought I looked like Alyssa Milano, ever in a million years, ever. Which show did I prefer? Oh, Breaking Bad all the way. Fucking, I didn't even finish Better Call Saul. I got bored with it. It had a shit season, and I just was like, I'm too busy. And then I never finished it. I had it sitting on my DVR for literal years, and then I just looked at it and was like, and deleted it. It's the Bay Area's own Sammy Hagar on the Rock of the Bay. I'm Nikki Blakk, and Sammy's bringing the Best of All Worlds tour to the Toyota Pavilion in Concord the day after the Lamont and Tinelli Ball. And tickets to both shows are going to be on sale for just one more day at livenation.com. That's right. You can get 4 tickets for $20 all in pricing at livenation.com with the summer sale code. So you might want to hop on that before it ends tomorrow. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. That needs to be a commercial. Huh. Do I have any room on that commercial? Oh, I do. Yay. I can do the commercial down here. That's close. So many times they're like, these commercials have to be done in this tiny little space. But now they've given me an hour, so I can do it later. Good. Because I do want to warn people about that ticket sale because $20 is $20. You know what I'm saying? $20 all in pricing. That is cheap. So many people preferred Better Call Saul over Breaking Bad. Those people are dumb. Ugh. Breaking Bad was genius. The conflict was amazing. I'm not saying Better Call Saul wasn't great. It was good. It was really good. The first few seasons were really good, but Breaking Bad was fucking amazing from start to finish. And Better Call Saul took a shit around season 3. You never thought you would watch either one? I didn't even know Breaking Bad was a thing until everyone started talking about it. So I caught up to Breaking Bad. Same with The Walking Dead. I caught up on The Walking Dead. I was like 1 season behind on Breaking Bad, and I was like 2 or 3 seasons behind on The Walking Dead. And then The Walking Dead took a shit in its last 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, I liked Sons of Anarchy. I liked the first season of Mayans, but you know what happened is they had a fight with the creator and he bailed, and he was like the writer, director, creator guy. And so the whole Mayans storyline just took a shit. Everything took a shit with the Mayans. It was a bummer because they had real potential there. But once they parted ways with the creator, they just, you could tell there was no spirit in the show. There was no heart left. There was nobody there to keep them credible, to keep them honest, to keep them from having some shit writers crap out a script. You know, when you have a creator that cares about the show, that creator is usually a part writer on the show, and they steer the show in that direction, and they make sure that they have good writers supporting their product. Whereas when that person leaves the show, no one cares. Boss is texting. Sorry. Let's see. Where were we with you? We were there. How are we timing? Ooh, perfect on timing. God, I love that. Okay. Let's actually do this. That's a little bit better. Okay, perfect. Couldn't get behind The Walking Dead. The first 4 seasons of Walking Dead are fucking great television. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was amazing. All the way up until like the last 2 episodes. I mean, clearly there were issues. But God, how Game of Thrones is so much better than House of Dragon all the way. The books are better. Everything is better. They did kind of rush to get it over with because the showrunners were jumping for Disney. Or it wasn't Disney at the time. It was Marvel. But yeah. Sorry, my sister. She and I are reading a series of books from the same author, and she just texted me to find out where I am in the series, to tell me where she is in the series. And I didn't realize, because I didn't realize I'd passed her in the series. She started reading it before I did, but she's got 2 kids, so, you know, cut her some slack. Plus I commute for work and she works from home. And so I get a lot more listening time because I'm in the car and I'm doing Audible books. And she just finished the last book in the series, but the next book in the series, the next 2 books in the series apparently happen at the same time. So she's like, she's like, where are you in the series? I'm going to read the next 2 books in the series tandem. And I was like, holy shit. That's why the book I'm reading is only taking place on one continent, because it's a bicontinental story. It starts out as a single continental story, and then all of a sudden the next book is just wholly in this new continent. And I'm like, what the shit? But it turns out that the following book is all back on the old continent, and there's a way to read them both at the same time so that the story happens in real time on 2 continents. And she just told me that, and I am fucking mind blown. Unbelievable. Which is good, because I did just get the other book on Audible, because Audible was having a sale. Okay, hang on a second. No, it's not there. It's here. Have I seen Black Sails? Did you? Hey, Alejandro. I started watching Black Sails when it first came out, and it didn't grab me in the first few episodes. But I have since heard that it gets better. But I had Stars when it first came out, and I started watching it, and I was like, eh. But I think other things were happening at the time that were better, like Game of Thrones and things that I was just didn't have time for. You're saying it's worth going back? Because I know now it's like on Netflix. It's everywhere. It's old. I got to see what chapter I'm on this book. Dude, I'm on chapter 33. Oh no, I actually, shit. Okay. I'm almost done with the second book of the tandem read. Never mind. I missed the whole opportunity for this tandem read. Oh, well. I'm 8 hours away from the final book. Who knew? Okay, I'm okay on timing. Hey, Matt. The con was amazing. Your brother asked if you know about Pickle Rick, and you said no. He asked if I knew about the slut dragons, and your answer is no. Well, Pickle Rick is amazing. You should just Google Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty because it's all the things. It's hilarious. Oh, wait. What? If you started watching Rick and Morty, how have you not gotten to Pickle Rick? Pickle Rick is like in season 4 or 5. 4, I think. Call me Hondo. Ray gave you that nickname? Okay. Ray Gonzalez, who just had a birthday? That Ray? Yeah, Matt, I've been talking nonstop about Comic-Con. So you are late to that party, but it's not like I won't keep talking about it. You're just catching me at a time when there's other things happening at the same time. So 1 second. I'm guessing that was Shasta telling me that we're ready for tomorrow. So I need to do some things. All right, let's see. You like to explore ghost towns. Okay. I haven't been to a ghost town since I was a kid. You've already binge watched. You're just not a TV series follower like your brother who's followed everything on Stars with Power Book and Raising Cain. Rick and Morty's not on there. And Pickle Rick was like Rick and Morty season 3 or 4. So if you started binging Rick and Morty, you would have gotten to Pickle Rick pretty quickly, I would think. I mean, the episodes are what, like 15 minutes? I'm confused. But Matt, check this out. I got the Wolverine popcorn bucket. These things are disturbing. Disturbing. It is definitely a fleshlight. Like they definitely modeled it after that. There's no confusion there. Designed by Deadpool. Can also be used for popcorn. These flaps are rubber, but this is plastic, so that's different than a fleshlight. Don't ask me how I know. I've worked with Lamont and Snelly for 25 years. I know what a fleshlight looks like. And then I got this face hugger, which is the most amazing thing. The boss is texting me again. Hang on. I need to check something first. And I'll show you the video of like everybody wearing their face huggers out of the convention. Super sick. Oh, I hate those commercials too, Justine. That is 100% intentional because whatever it is they're saying at the end of those commercials is some kind of regulation that they have to follow. Anytime I hear that at the end of a commercial, I automatically don't trust that company. Say hi to Chastad. No, she's at home. She has to like tap in and do little bits of work while she's at home on her off time. And I try not to bother her with anything station related outside of but we absolutely have to communicate. Yeah, facehugger is bomb. Justine, who was great that was on the Andy Griffith show? Did I say something that I've forgotten about? All right, let's see. Where is that? Aha. It's like thousands of people just stumbling around with their face huggers on. It's amazing. Yeah, Justine, I'm not sure who you're talking about. Are you talking about little Opie Cunningham? How big was the Star Wars setup at Comic-Con? You know what? Honestly, Star Wars has been better in past years at Comic-Con. This year, everything was just about the Acolyte. And usually they've got a really big stage set with a lot of props and a lot of cool stuff. And this year it was like, it was all Acolyte shit and it wasn't that big. Yeah, they weren't promoting The Mandalorian because I don't think they have any new shows. And The Acolyte is such a flop that I think they were just so desperate to promote it. All right, let's see. Oh, did I miss something over here?
And to 95897, I think. And I get an error message. It says enter a valid 10-digit phone number, but that doesn't work. So my phone number is area code 510-5417. So email me or call me. Let me know how I can enter this contest. Thank you. My name is Tom. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Just got a voicemail from a dude who can't figure out how to enter the text contest. He's confused. I don't know what's going on here with the Andy Griffith Don Knotts conversation. I'm going to let you guys do that for a minute because I got to do some stuff. Justine, tell us what you were talking about. Apparently, I've been ignoring the text line all day, too. You know what? I am not even... People who text for the code word because they missed it don't get the code word. Like, don't text me. If you didn't hear the code word, then you're not getting it again. That was the whole point to giving the code word out on air, was so that you were listening to hear it. If all you had to do is text me and have me give you the code word via text, everybody would have it. Like, what the fuck? All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. I think I am going to start tapping out here pretty quick on account of I have a bunch of stuff I got to do. And I'm tired and I'm hungry. And I want to heat up some oatmeal and stuff. We're all confused. Thanks, Justine. You're talking about the guy who was the voice of Winnie Pooh. He was a guest star on the Andy Griffith Show. Oh, God, Justine, we were never going to get that. Thank God you stuck around, or we'd be so confused still. Who's the number one person I still have yet to meet at Comic-Con? I don't really meet people at Comic-Con. I don't try to do that. It just seems like annoying. There's so many famous people, and most of the famous people are really like ushered in and out like secret back doors, you know. Sometimes there's some that have fun and go on the convention floor. I mean, I ran into Brian Posehn, and I was going this way and he was going this way, and he apparently, it turned out he was late for his panel and I was late for the Alien Resurrection panel to go check that out. And I was like, "Hey, Brian." He's like, "Hey," and I was like, "But we're in a nerd herd, right? There's no stopping to talk because we're like stuck like this." And we just passed each other. And he's like, "I'll catch up later." And I was like, "Yup." And then I texted him the next morning and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" So, you know, I feel like I'll take pictures with people occasionally, but the situation really has to make sense. I don't, it's not a goal at all to get pictures with people. I don't know what that means. I got a COD live. What does that mean? I don't know if there's people I really want to meet. The last time there was somebody I really wanted to meet, it was Anthony Bourdain, and I met him, and it was kind of amazing. Remind me to tell that story. I'll tell it to you. It's a great story. I just don't have time to tell it tonight. I don't know if there's anybody else that I really have like a deep need to meet. It's pretty rare that I really feel the need to meet someone. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. Like, she died years ago, dude. She's resting peacefully, has for a long time. Jim's Cummings voices all the characters of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I'm not a Pooh fan. Sorry. Also not a Paddington Bear fan either. I played Call of Duty, but I think Call of Duty was on like its second version before I broke myself and can't play video games anymore. So I probably still have that Call of Duty in a video game somewhere. See, that's the kind of shit I should sell. I should be like, hey, who wants my vintage Call of Duty shit from 15 years ago when I broke my arm? I didn't really break it. But anyway, oh, that was a thing. But anyway, I do have to get back to work here and get some shit done. And I'm getting hungry and I'm getting tired and I'm getting cranky. So, mañana, folks. Same bat time, same bat channel. 3-ish to 6-ish. I'll probably hang out later tomorrow than today. Today's just fucking Monday, dude, and I'm beat after Comic-Con. I still haven't been home yet. And I'm a little concerned for the cats because apparently my internet is down. I don't know what's going on, but I haven't been able to reach my Nest and I haven't been able to reach my cat cam. So I need to get my shit done around here so I can leave on time and check in on the cats and stuff. I mean, fortunately, I wasn't super concerned because it wasn't so hot here that I was worried that they would like, overheat. But yeah, I need to get some shit done and get home. So remind me to tell the Anthony Bourdain story because it's a good one. All right. Have a good one, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow-ish.